Hello, and welcome to the Nita Black Show, a part of the Black Community Fix It campaign. Got a lot of stuff going on today. You'll hear the clicking in the phone because this show is recorded by people that are monitoring what I say on these shows. So don't pay attention to that. As usual, I'm going to start you out with a poem. I am, as I say, in extreme pain today, but as they say, the show must go on. So here we go. So what I'm going to give you today is what does it take to be a black man? I'm going to hear that one again. So, what does it take to be a black man in today's society? It takes black men showing black men the way that black men used to be. The black brick masons showing black males all the things you make with bricks. The black clay masons showing black males things you build with clay and sticks. The black wood masons showing black males how to carve a wooden chair. Black iron masons showing black males how to build a metal stair. Black carpenters showing black males how to build things in the air. Black barbers showing black males how to perfectly cut hair. Black men should teach black males that are in the public schools about black kings and queens and ancient things using ancient tools. About black marriage and black families and things the black males need to know. About building black communities, how to plant the seeds so. About how to raise black children and how to help them grow into leaders that would take the lead as our ancestors have shown. More black men would do things better and they would stay and raise their sons. The problem is they have no one to show them how it's done. That's a Black Panther poem from Nita Black, and we're going to go ahead and get into the show. We're going to talk today about, our new series going on. His Name is My Name Too, the Black Community Reparations Initiative. And today, of course, we're talking about black males. And black males have a particular situation that they have created in the black communities over the past 4 generations, basically since Vietnam. This situation hasn't been seen in the black community since the 1860s, and it has been, basically corrected by the black community after mainly after 1865, the so-called Emancipation Proclamation. But black males fell for the bamboozle, for the trap of white-controlled entertainment, and ended up bringing this problem that used to be perpetrated on black children, black females, black males, by white slave owners. But these black males voluntarily are doing a lot of the things that used to be done to black people in the black communities. And one of the things that they're voluntarily doing right now, we talked about yesterday, is the diluting of their bloodline, of their namesake. And so while you still see some, Keith Richards the first, and Keith Richards the second, and Keith Richards the third, and then the grandchild comes and you get a Keith Richards the fourth, it's becoming fewer and far between. And so with this situation that occurred with immigration in 1970, you had black males that suddenly were mating with white females in the new 70s integrated free love society. And so they were giving their last names to back to mulatto children, just as they did during the slave trade with white slave owners, putting their bloodline in black females. And of course, back then you had a few black males sneaking and diluting their black bloodlines with white females. But this became, in the 1970s, an epidemic. And talk about how many children were conceived during, Woodstock and a Jimi Hendrix concert. And many of those children were conceived by black men with white women. And it became a huge problem. So we're going to talk about that today. And my son just brought me some things for paint. So I'm going to start doing this show and see if I can get a little bit. But the problem that we have is that now with the, you have that situation with, you got all these mulatto children that some of them have the same last name as black males because black males mated with white females in the 70s. You had all these, 30-year-old, 40-year-old, high yellow and white-looking people that come from those mixtures and that dysfunction. And then you have the 80s, where now you got black rappers that are that were getting into the whole entertainment industry, which was run by British white, Jewish white, whatnot. And so they found themselves now being able to have white women in their videos and auditioning and whatnot. And so going to Hollywood parties and New York parties. At these parties, they were mating with not just white women, but also getting caught up in the homosexual situation of having relations with white men. But these white women were basically targeting these black males because these black males were about to have large sums of money, and these white women would latch on to a black male and try and get a baby out of it or two so that she would be basically set for life. And so you had black males falling for it. They were falling for it left and right. So now you have a lot of, in the entertainment industry, you're seeing situations where all of the high yellow and light-skinned 30-year-olds are now getting, into entertainment because of their black rapping fathers that got them, into the system. And so around the 90s, you started seeing black athletes. And while you've always had black athletes going outside of the black community and occasionally dipping with white women, it was once again becoming an epidemic. So it was becoming hard in the 90s to find a black athlete that, once he got up to star athlete status, would even date or want to marry a black woman. They were literally programmed to not only dislike the skin color that they saw in themselves, many of them wishing that they had been born white. They, in order to overcome this, they felt like they could get into that white world better if they have a white woman on their arms. If they have a white wife, then they're seen as somewhat elite from the other black male athletes. So, of course, many of them started having mulatto children with these white women and white wives, and many of them lost their entire fortunes to white women who, once they divorced the black man, took everything.